Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Welcome back for another video. Today we're talking about why junk silver, aka constitutional silver, is the jackpot. It is definitely a piece of treasure, a piece of American history that you can still buy, but they don't make it anymore, making it such an undervalued and highly potential coin to stack. But before we jump into this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you already haven't. I also have a second channel called Coin Conspiracy. If you want to go check that out, make sure to go support that channel as well. So let's jump into this video. So why junk silver? Well, there's many reasons why junk silver or constitutional silver is so beneficial. It used to be a piece of our legal tender or actual currency that was backed by its actual value in silver. So a 50-cent Walking Liberty, a half dollar, had 50 cents of silver in it. A Mercury dime had 10 cents of silver in it. And you can see how beneficial that was because it was backed by its value. So, back then, whatever you were trading your currency for had the actual value of that currency in it. But nowadays, a dime worth 10 cents does not have 10 cents worth of value in it, or paper dollars or fiat currency doesn't either. So you can see how hyperinflation can lead us into terrible waters. But junk silver is so beneficial in so many ways. The first off is they don't make it anymore. So when you look at these coins, a lot of them are getting melted down. And, when it's coming to coins that have numismatic value or collector value, junk silver is going to keep growing in demand over the years, and especially in rarity, because there's going to be less and less in circulation. They're not making these Mercury dimes anymore, these Walking Liberties, or any of this coin anymore. So in 10, 20, 30 years from now, the scarcity is going to be extremely high. And for numismatic value or collector value, that's going to drive demand extremely high. Just like Morgans nowadays are almost gaining almost like a numismatic value because there's less and less Morgans every single year. And that's so beneficial to us stackers because that can allow us to buy this silver coin for extremely cheap, and then over time have it starting to appreciate in value. Plus the history behind these coins, the artwork. But another key point that I also really want to touch base on is how it's a perfect way to store fractional silver. So when you're speaking about fractional silver, it's really key to have fractionals in your silver stack, because if you're trying to trade or barter for something that's worth less than an ounce of silver, or an ounce of silver's value, and all you have are 1 ounce silver coins, then you're going to be selling yourself short. Let's say I wanted to trade or barter with someone that had something that I wanted, but it wasn't worth a full ounce, but all I have are ounces. I'll have to give them a full ounce for something that, isn't worth a full ounce. I'm not going to take a chainsaw to my 1 ounce coin and cut it in half. It doesn't work like that. So junk silver is a perfect way to store fractionals without, having to pay the extremely high prices or premiums that are on generic fractional coins. They have to still stamp all those generic 1/10 ounce or 1/4 ounce rounds, and that's so there's very high premiums on those coins. So fractional silver is a perfect way to still get the beneficial factors of all the benefits that come with the constitutional silver, but also the fractionals as well. Fractional silver also is a great way to collect American history and get involved in, more of the collector side of it, because they are so beautiful. But there's also cool things about the key dates. There's different ways to maybe you buy rolls of quarters or rolls of dimes or whatever, and you can definitely make a lot of money and get lucky, going that route as well, trying to find key dates or whether even die varieties or errors that come on. So there's that direction you can go. Also, there's a huge market in Morgan silver dollars, but the only thing is they are a little tricky. So you definitely want to understand when it comes to Morgans, because there is such a numismatic value on those coins nowadays. The market's a little tricky, so you want to figure out which years were minted at certain numbers, and also how to properly grade the coins on your own, because on eBay a lot of people sell Morgans and junk silver on eBay. But the thing is, those people price them at certain prices taking advantage of people that don't really understand the direction that, or how to properly condition coins, or grade coins on their own. So they might have a Morgan that says it's in VG or MS64 or whatever the case is, but really, if you sent that into PCGS or NGC, it would probably be like a 60 or 59 even. So you have to be able to eyeball grading coins on your own, especially if you're going to like coin shows or auctions or your local coin shop, and be able to tell, what a coin's condition is worth. And if you can't do that off the bat, or if you don't really have an understanding of this market, especially with Morgans, I really would stay away from it, or maybe buy your stuff from AppMex, the graded Morgans. They have like VG plus 63s, etc. But that's mainly for Morgans though. Junk silver, it really doesn't matter, and that's another huge factor I want to play into why junk silver is so beneficial, is because you don't have to store it, you don't have to buy coin capsules, you can touch it with your bare hands, you can get them dirty, you don't have to worry about the conditioning, and that does add up. Buying coin capsules and coin tubes for every single coin does add up. I know the coins are 30, 40, 50 cents, but imagine every single coin, if you have thousands of ounces, that will add up. So junk silver is also really beneficial, that you can just, throw it in a big, treasure chest if you want, dig your hands through it. You can mess around with it, play with it, let it tone. Actually, most of junk silver that tones actually looks better and actually can drive the price up. So that there is some beneficial factors for that reason as well. I definitely think that when it comes to junk silver, me personally, I love the Walking Liberty half dollars. Those are my favorites, but I also really do love the Barber quarters as well and the Barber dimes. I also love Mercury dimes though. As you guys know, I used to buy tons of Mercury dimes. That was my thing, and then Walking Liberties. A lot of people know I love Walking Liberties as well. A lot of my giveaways, I used to always give away at least 5 to 10 Walking Liberties and at least 10 to 20 Mercury dimes for every winner. And that was just because I wanted other people to see, the beauty in these coins, especially when you hold them in your hands. It really does feel like a piece of American history, and that's something that I don't think people realize enough or respect enough. This was when you're holding these coins from 100 plus years ago. It's a powerful feeling to think about where these coins have been. What the stories behind the coins are. I've made videos talking about who designed the coins and how that coin came to light, or I talked about the dollar that never was. But I think it was by Frank Disparo. I made a whole video about that this dollar that was replaced, that was supposed to be in circulation. And it's just, there's so many stories, and there's so much interesting history behind all these coins that I just find it fascinating. And I don't know if that separates me from the rest of the world, and that's why people don't really collect silver like the way I do. If they do, a lot of people do stack silver just as silver and don't really care about those stories, the history. I know a lot of you guys do, and that's why I respect you guys so much, because you guys are interested in coins and interested about this and want to learn more. That's also why I like making more educational type videos. That's why I love making those videos talking about the history of the coins, or the history of gold, or the history of Morgans. I just made a video talking about the history of Morgans. If you guys want to check that out, I just love doing that type of stuff, because this is history in the making. And later down the line, 30, 40 years from now, there might be very few to none Morgans around, and the only ones in circulation are coin collectors that won't even sell them or get rid of them, because they don't want them to get melted. And that's another thing I wanted to bring up is, I love also collecting my coins, especially the ones that I don't intend to ever sell, because I'm trying to preserve history, just like we preserve our wealth with silver, transferring our fiat currency into silver and gold because it holds intrinsic value, but also keeping track and collecting these coins to prevent them from other people melting them down, so we're preserving American history as well, which can be extremely beneficial. Or whatever part of the world you're from, whether it's China, wherever the case is, Canada. Sorry, I'm tired right now. But there's definitely some beneficial factors, not only from collecting the coins in your monetary or appreciating value or potential value, but also the preservation of your wealth and preservation of this history, which I also think is just as important. Silver stackers and coin collectors play a huge role in that. These coins do tell the story of our history, and I think that's something that everyone at least needs to recognize. You don't have to be interested in it. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people just buy silver bars, 10-ounce bars, just to stack that silver. They don't care. It's generic. They don't care about government-backed coins. They don't care about, as long as they have the metal content, and that's the direction they want to go, and whatever works best for you. It's very individual, and it really is up to whatever you prefer. And at the end of the day, as long as you buy what you like, you can never go wrong. But just to recap a little bit, I definitely think junk silver is a great way to store the beneficial factors of, not only the history of the coins, but also because they don't make it anymore, so there's a rarity factor in future price appreciation in that matter of fact, and also a great way to store fractionals without having to pay for the coin capsules and storage as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you already haven't. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys soon. Peace.